Yo guys, oh my god. Welcome back to my channel, Mr. 200 meters. I'm here today for an advice time. Excuse my jam, I was having a bit of fun, you know. Yo, I've had a look at some of the dilemmas, not really read the questions, but I've seen the size of them. So this is gonna be very interesting to say the least. Let's begin. First advice. I need advice on the guys. How do you go about asking a guy, like, First of all, guys, let's address the English. If you're gonna tell me questions, please take time to read the sentence, okay? Cheers. I need advice on guys. How do you go about asking a guy if he likes you? Potentially, that's what it's trying to say. If he's been acting distant, especially since I'm shy or don't want to ask in a way that sounds like we're dating. I don't know if he's been acting distant. So are you guys dating or not? I don't understand. Just by the English of the question, I'm a bit confused. I'm sorry, I couldn't help you. Next question. I need advice. I really like this guy I met online. We've been talking for almost a year now and I'm verified. It's not a catfish situation. I really want to meet him in person, but I want him to be the one to bring it up. What should I do? Baby girl, let me educate you on a little bit of something we call tactical positioning. What does that mean? Basically, you gotta put yourself right, you know what I'm saying, right in front of his view. Why is that? You want him to approach you, you want him to notice you know what I'm saying? That's what you want. So girl, you know you're gonna get your wig on, you know what I'm saying? And you're gonna be nice, you're gonna give him that quirky little smile, you know what I'm saying? Like when you lot talk, like a little bit of a giggle. Get me? You gotta give him those signs. Cause when I feel like a girl's feeling me, even if I didn't like her, I'll probably still look into it. I'm a guy, we're opportunistic. Simple. Give it like 2 weeks. Hello, Mr. 200M. How do you start a combo with a girl and how to flow with it? Yo, obviously, this is what I do, personally. I've said this before and I stand with this 100%. You're gonna ask the girl. You don't even gotta ask her nothing like, yo, you gotta say to the girl, yo, hey, what's that? What are you telling me? First of all, you gotta gas the girl, do you get it? Hey, what are you telling me? What are you telling me? Hey, your hair looks nice. What's that, 26? Man, them say the wrong number. Let her correct you. The conversation has started. Hey, babes, is that a 26 inch? No, it's a tennis store. You're like, what, swear? Yeah, what, Malaysian thing? It's a tennis store. Man, babe, you don't need to know the hair. You just need to know. Do you get it? You just need to know enough. And she's gonna talk, she's gonna tell you about the hair, boom. And once you get the girl talking, all you gotta do is, oh yeah, oh really? Tell me more about you, like, oh yeah, you're actually nice, like, yeah, I like it still, it's a nice head, or what? Hey, what'd you study by the way? It's a tennis store. Boom, shakalaka, get me? Soon she's gonna be sliding in the DMs. Hello. I asked my BF if he still is in love with his ex. He said there is mutual love and understanding between them. What that mean? Love your channel, I'm also a track and field athlete. Love for the love. Yeah. Mutual love and understanding. I feel like that's, if your boyfriend can tell you that, then he must have confidence enough to tell you that it's fine. I don't believe people should hate their exes. Let's take off this immature hat for a second. Let's be mature. I've told you I have mutual love and understanding for my ex. Maybe you might be a bit techie about the mutual love phrase, but really and truly, I don't think it's that deep. You get it? Like, yo, there's mutual love between me and my ex, i.e., she's cool, like, okay. It depends how he uses love. Like, for example, anybody that knows me and if you're close to me, you know that I say love a lot. Like, love is like my equivalent to thank you. However, in a sense setting, love means I love you. But I use that word freely because I like to express my love for someone. So, it might depend on your relationship with a guy. You tell me. But the way you're typing, it looks like you shouldn't even have a man. I didn't mean to throw shade. It's just, it looked like... Next question. I love your channel. My question is, how do I get boys to like me? I am super shy and I have a straight face, so people think I am a mean person. I'm 18 and I'm in my 3rd year university. You must be Nigerian. I'm 18 and I'm in my 3rd year in university and I don't have any male friends. What do I do? How do I get guys to get me, to like me? I guess the one simplest thing for a guy is to look pretty, stand out in a crowd. Yeah, but if We're not going to be superficial. Have a good personality. Make friends with people. Talk to people. Go out your way. Like, I've seen a couple guys, a couple girls in my past, they've actually stopped me in the street to start conversation with me. Oh, you're a good looking guy. For me, that makes me feel good as a guy. And if I'm a respectful guy, I'll probably give you a compliment back, or we'll talk. And obviously, just for the fact that a girl has the bravery to stop a guy, I respect that 100%. So it's like, yo, if you were to say, yeah, what's your snap? I love, like, I'll swear, like, and I'll give you my snap. And if you pop up, like, I feel like it's a topic of conversation that I want to rock with, we're gonna talk. And you just gotta create friendships, because everything's important, man. You know what I'm saying? And if you have no guy friends, then you have to look at what friends are around you. Are they people that maybe people fear to approach? Because why is no guy approaching you? Are you ugly? Even if you're ugly, there should still be one guy approaching you. Not to say you are ugly. I don't know what you look like, and I don't really like to use the word ugly. But yeah, I don't know. Look into your surroundings and see what's around you. I mean, if you're in a place that doesn't have a lot of guys, then that might be to blame. Next question. Okay, so basically there's this guy who plays basketball. Oh my god. And I guess he's super popular because of this. You could say he's quote unquote elite. Because of the people he chills with too. He's liked all my pics and asked for my number a while ago, but we've just recently started messaging each other. He would start the convo, then randomly stop. I called him out on this, but he said because he's been traveling, so he didn't have to respond. He's actually did travel, so I allowed it, but still does it. He also asked to hang out, but I was kind of dry to him. I'm just dry to him because I feel like he gets so many girls, and like he moved like he's too cool to reply back. We kind of had a small argument. There's screenshots. Guys, I wish I could show you this, but you know, confidentiality, you know what I'm saying? Okay, let me read the screenshots. Give me 2 seconds.
Oh wow, I am disgusted. You better talk to her before I do, because I'm hurt of feeling.
Lie to you guys, I'm reading the convo and I see eat me. Looking for something to eat. Eat me. He said eat me. He said eat me. He said eat. My brother, what is she eating? But obviously he's actually trying to flirt with her, but she's not having it. And she's the one that asked me the question. She even put words in his mouth. I haven't seen it. Basically, not gonna lie to you, whoever sent this advice, you're making assumptions. I can't lie to you. And he's actually rightly said it. So basically, while I'm reading this message, she's basically saying, okay, he's flirting with her, and she's like, well, you have loads of girls that are gonna do that for you anyways, so there's no need for me to do that. And I don't like that attitude, and I don't think it's fair to make assumptions, because everybody's not as they appear. And just because you play a sport doesn't mean you're a specific stereotype. I mean, there is a stereotype, but it doesn't mean I am that. I might look a certain type of way, but get to know me first before making assumptions. And that's probably the reason why I end up being a self-fulfilling prophecy to everything you thought about me, because it's simply you're trying to box me in, so I'm giving you that. So she's ended up, and the question with, I don't know, I kind of like him, but I don't want to get hurt. I don't think anybody's always out to hurt you. There's some guys or some girls who have that in mind. However, a lot of people get hurt because they try to put the new person in the same box of the old person, or the same circumstance that the old person was fighting against, or whatever, so that person ends up getting tired. And like I said, it's self-fulfilling prophecy. Self-fulfilling prophecy, as it states here, that's what it means. No need to go into it. That's my advice for that. Next question. I don't want to get involved too tough. You lot seem like you got it going on. Eat me. Damn. Hi, so my friend is going out with a guy that's younger than her. She's 21 and he's 17. And she always complained about how unfaithful and loyal he is, and he's cheated on her twice. And I told her to leave him, but she won't. Listen, what should I do? Okay, quick pause. All jokes aside. This is a serious issue that I've noticed. Younger boys, okay, it's between boys and girls, but this is not talked about a lot. We never really talk about it as guys, but there's a lot of the younger guys that talk to older girls, or are taken advantage or essentially groomed by older women, but it's never talked about. It's never a topic that ever touches the internet, or it's talked about, and I don't know why, but I guess it's due to masculine attitudes and our boy cultures that we don't feel like these are things we need to talk about, because it's almost seen as a status thing. It's seen as, yeah, you're getting all the girls, much rather than we view it the other way around. Like, yo, she's actually an older woman and you're a younger guy, and it's illegal. I mean, it's not right, because you're 2 stages of life. And when I see things like this, like, of course, what do you expect from a young kid who's actually just trying to experience life and he's just trying to find his feet? He's probably going to cheat, or he's just excitable. Do you get it? And you're a 21-year-old dealing with this person. And I feel, as a friend, you're asking advice. I feel like this is something you should just leave, because if you can't see the stupidity in it, then I don't know what you're trying to do as a friend to that person, because that person is clearly deluded. But yeah, gotta make a video about that, because that's important. We don't talk about it. But there's many guys that get sexually assaulted, groomed by older women, but it's underrepresented because it's seen as a status thing. And I always wondered why. I think we should explore it. I want to do this with Makai. Makai, if you're watching this, collab. So I'm like 90% sure that one of my best mates likes me, but he hasn't told me. How do I get him? Hey, do you like me? Nah, B. Okay. Sometimes in life, you have to shoot your shot, and if you miss, you take cough medicine. Hey, basically I have a predicament with my mum where we just clash so much. She remarried after my dad died recently. Condolences. And she focuses a lot on her time on him. I'm not jealous, but I don't know how to open up to her. And coming from a Moroccan house, feelings are always usually put aside. Could you please help me on how I go about this? Thank you so much. I feel like in life we're not always happy about somebody's reasoning for things. However, we also are required as responsible people to look as to why someone might react like that, away from our reaction, as I would expect somebody else to do for me if the tables were flipped. But why I say this is, your mom has lost a husband, you've lost a father, and I guess in a life that's short, you want to be loved. And when you don't have something that can be loved, do you want her to mourn for so long and be sad about life, or do you want her to feel loved because she also is human, away from being your mother? That's the way I think about it right now. I understand how you feel, because how could you just detach from something that supposedly was so fine? However, in life, it is a reality. Sometimes you have to have support and love much rather than, I guess, be lonely. And in her time of loneliness, if she finds someone that comforts her, that might be the reason why she spends so much time with him, because it's a coping factor. Sad to say, but we rely on people for our most dearest moments in time. Not to say he's temporary, but that's how I would imagine it. And of course, for you, I would say talk to your mum, and if feelings are pushed aside, and if you can't fight, if she's already made a decision, then I guess try to get to know the guy and see if he's somebody that you like. And if it's not somebody you like, then there's not much you can do. Always try to keep talking and keep yourself open and available, so that your mum can always talk to you, if that be the case. Because you're going to get to an age where your mum is going to talk to you, your dad's going to talk to you as if you're an adult. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. I had to say, I'm a shy person, but I recently told one of my friends that I liked him, and he said he needed to think about some things. I said it was fine, but ever since, it's like we have avoided the whole situation. A close friend of mine had a conversation with him, and it was said that he was going to ask me out in the new year. What I'm asking is whether I should ask him myself about what's going on between us. Always figure out your situation based by you and the person you want it to be involved in. Don't listen to he say, she say, because that dictates and becomes a premise of your relationship, because you're always listening to somebody else trying to tell you what it is. If you can't communicate, then there's no relationship that you want to formulate. That's my advice on that. How do I deal with stress from A-levels?
Trust me on this. Leave it in the sack of rice for the next 3 days.
To be honest, darling, you're just gonna have to firm it. A-levels are long. If you're from America, if you're watching from any sides of the world, shout out to my Australian gang, shout out to my USA gang. A-levels are basically when you finish secondary school, you go into either college or A-levels, for example, or colleges that do A-levels. It's basically an extra 2 years just before university to learn, I guess, before going into university or college, some people call it. Google it. A-levels, it's just very good. It's going to be stressful. Enjoy the stress and learn from the stress and learn how to cope with the stress, because when you go to university, it's not going to decrease. It's just going to change. So get used to that. That's my advice. I just got out of a relationship with this guy, and we are still talking every day, but we don't know what we are. We know what we want to be, but there's problems with that, and we always avoid talking about it. Then the advice I'd say is to avoid talking about it. Address the issues, and sometimes you have to beat around the bush for the purpose of sensitivity. However, sometimes you have to be direct for the purpose of objectivity. Boom. Be objective. What should I do if my man doesn't want to open up to his issues but rather tells his female best friend? I look at that from two different perspectives. I can understand why a guy has a female best friend and why he tells a female best friend. On the other side, a lot of girls would say, I would need to be my man's best friend. Let me address that really quickly. How would you require to be your man's best friend if your relationship didn't build from that sort of best friend relationship status? Cool. Also, your man telling his female best friend might be a coping mechanism because he doesn't know how to communicate to you, and he might just be learning. As guys, communication is something we lack, and having a female best friend helps to actually formulate your sentences and actually helps in helping you communicate to a female, because females know female best. So you have to give him time to open up to his issues, or you maybe need to be more observant about how you present yourself. Is he not opening up to you because he doesn't feel like he can? Is there an issue with that, or is it just that he's ignoring you or neglecting you? Differentiate between the two, then ask me in the next advice, and then we'll sort that out. I've been talking to this guy since September, and things are really good, except we never go out on dates, and I know it's not a big deal, but I feel like I'm being hidden even though all his boys know about me and I'm with his friends. What do I do? They know, no, you're not really being hidden. I've already told him, and he simply said we will go on a date. I feel like what you're looking for is a date, so he's giving you the ultimatum, which is we're gonna go on a date. If you want to, like, close your mouth, you really want to go on a date, like, cool, boom, go on a date. I don't understand what you want, because yeah, sometimes I know my circumstance and I know that I might need to hide certain things for a reason, for a period of time, and maybe it's my responsibility to communicate with you. If I fail to communicate with you, maybe that's my wrongdoing. However, if his boys know about you and his friends know about you because you're always with them, then maybe he isn't trying to hide you. But then he also might be, if you're not with his female, if you haven't met his female friends or whatever that is, then maybe he's trying to hide you. I don't know. I depends on the context. Feel me? Yeah. What do you do when people confuse your confidence with cockiness? You wipe off the shade, you wipe off the hate, and you continue to be confident. As long as you know it's not cockiness, because there is a fine line, and I feel like as people, sometimes we tend not to judge ourselves as harshly as people judge us, or actually look at the reality of our behavior, because we try to pardon ourselves and try to attribute it to outward things, whereas it really could be us. So look at yourself, and if you're really honest with yourself and people still disrespect your confidence and turn into cockiness, then that's their own. Let them be. You see me? How do you go about cutting off friends that you've outgrown without them specifically having done something to you? I feel like if you've really outgrown someone, you're not gonna really have to cut them off. You just outgrow them. They stop and fall out your life. Communication pulls out by itself. It's fine. It's all good. Let it happen naturally. I don't feel like, yeah, like I said, if you just outgrown them, then you outgrow them. Yeah. If they haven't done anything to you, it's fine. Just if some people actually tell other people, like I've had a female friend in my past, shout out to you, she actually cut me off, like she actually told me, oh, I just feel like we're just not there in life anymore. Sad to say, she still came back, that's her own, but no shade. But yeah, you can take that direct approach if you really want to look stupid. Hello, I'm just starting a YouTube channel. Please, I need advice on how to get a brand that has about 3K or 2K to help me. I think what's most important when wanting to be approached by a brand is to make yourself look like a professional brand in itself. Are you approachable? Do you look like someone that's marketable? Can you be worked with fluently? Do you illustrate your qualities like that? That's what you need to focus on, much rather than how to get them to help you, because you also have to think of yourself as a brand to be colluded with as a brand. But equally also, reach out to these people, because brands love when you reach out to them, especially bigger brands. But just reach out to people, and if they help, they help. If they don't, there might be reasons why they don't, and it's fine. Next question. Have you got any advice, uni advice for first year? Let me be honest, guys. Let me be stupid honest. So I've been given a lot of uni advice, and I want to confess something. I found out that a lot of people came to Leicester University, or DMU, came to Leicester, and they've actually messaged me and said, you're the reason why I came to Leicester, and you and your friends, the friendships you have, you lot made this city look live. And I feel kind of bad, because life is what you make it. My gang always looks like we're popping, but life is actually really boring. So don't let Snapchat fool you. The advice I give you is make your year what your year is in your head. Whatever you want to achieve, go out and do it. For first year, I feel like first year is a good, you have enough time. Things are going to be hard, things are going to be stressful, but you have enough time to sleep, wake up, and also do something extracurricular. Join a club, meet people, educate yourself, have fun, create things, create ideas, become an entrepreneur if that be the case, read about entrepreneurism if that be the case, find another source of income, do something with your time, because as first years, those things are going to make you happy. Because when you get to second year, you're going to now be a little bit more heavy-minded, you're gonna be a little bit more stressed. There's gonna be more workload required of you. So you have to have things that made you happy, that either you can remind yourself about, or could be flowing so much that it could help you. Yeah, right then. That's my advice for first year students. Reach out much more than education. If you go to uni just to study, then you're not going to university. You might as well stay at home and go to open university. What is the best advice you have for someone like me who is a male YouTuber, knowing it's not a lot of us? My brother, shouts to you. I would say keep being you. As a male, I feel like it's very hard in this kind of lane, especially as a black male, because there's a lot of things that just being a black male kind of boxes me into doing, quote unquote, because of the culture we have. There's lots of things that seem to challenge our masculinity, this is that. Forget all that and focus on having fun. Have fun, get content out there, put something that means something to you. If it means something to you, then it's going to mean something to somebody else, because someone's always going to relate to you. And have fun with it, and find what you're good at and make it work for you. You don't have to always get views, but eventually your grind will work, it will shine. I always believe in grind and shine. That's something that's been my tag phrase when I had a blog back in the day. Like, grind and shine was my blog. You need to grind and one day you'll shine. And I always say to girls or man them, like, this is one advice I gave to my friend that's a girl. I said, sometimes in life you have to take a leap of faith, and if you fall flat on your face, get up, wipe your face, and yo, if you want, put some makeup on and look pretty with it. Do you get it? Like, what I mean by that is like, yo, whatever happens, take a leap of faith and try something different. If it looks weird, it's fine. If you fall flat on your face, it's fine. Get up, you're gonna wipe your face. Man them, if you want to do skincare routine, you get me, boom, get the skin back in order, man. Keep moving, keep stepping forward. That's my advice to you, man, and keep doing your thing as well. What's one thing you would want to be able to give your children that you weren't able to have for yourself? I love your videos, by the way. Keep doing you. Thank you so much. One thing I wish I could give my children that I didn't have myself, I don't really know, if I'm honest with you. I can't think of the top of my head. There's not much in this life that I've really been neglected. I would say a British passport. Sounds mad, but I know the amount of stress that just the lack of having a British passport has brought me. Of course you can get one, but it's a long process if you're not from this country. This is how I'm thinking. When I have a kid, hello to my wife, babes, just to let you know, we're having a kid in America and in England and in Nigeria, just so that we have geographical mobility. I'm just gonna say, so get ready, okay? And if you want 4 kids, we're doing one in Australia as well. Why I say this is because I know how much stress I went through just because I didn't have a red passport. Many things I wasn't entitled to that would have helped my growth. But I don't feel personally from anything that my parents have taught me or given me or not provided for me, I don't feel like I didn't require the lack of provision as well as the provision. I feel like it's all shaped my character, made me a hungry person as well as somebody that's also fed well. So it's knowing that balance, and I feel like I'm happy with my life, and I'd love to give my kids exactly what I don't really feel like there's much more I have to give at this moment in time, because I'm not a father. I don't have the responsibilities of that yet. But I know that through what I've been given, if I was to reciprocate the same to my kids will have a bright future ahead of them. So my parents are giving a lot to get me to where I am. My mom's giving up so much, my dad's giving up so much. So there's not much really I really require too tough. But yeah, I hope I answered the question. Yes, God bless you. Good night, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you might see this at what time. But yeah, if you guys like this video, thumbs up, subscribe. Yeah. Catch you guys later. God bless you guys. Have a Merry Christmas. Yeah, it's Mr. 200. I just want to give a message of motivation to everybody that's working hard going into the new year. I pray that everybody does well, you know, you're focused, blessed, you feel good. And if you're not in a situation that's progressive, you're not in a situation that's really the best right now, I just want to know that, I just want to let you know that your situation is going to change. 100%. 100%. Boom.